You're listening to Bizarre Buffet, a podcast of all-you-can-eat weird. I'm your host, Mark Torriello.
I'm Jen Wilson.
And I'm Mark Bluestein.
There'll be food and drink and ghosts, and perhaps even a few murders. You're all invited.
When we first went in, one of the people said, "Who are you?" And Tex said, "I'm the devil, and I'm here to do the devil's business."
Hi, everyone.
Hi.
Hey, everyone.
You're all listening to another episode of I Am Your Mother. I brought you into this world, and I can take you right out
Mommy,
of it.
no.
Starring me, Mark Bluestein.
And me, Jen Woomrader.
And I'm Mark Torriello.
Oh, wow, what a great crew.
Oh, my God.
Wow, same faces.
That buffalo chicken wrap we just had was really good.
I'm so glad you liked it. You know, it's from a place called Rock Bar and Grill in Clifton. Do you think they'll sponsor us?
No.
Oh, yeah, they'd be like, you're bad for business.
Just somebody please sponsor us.
Yeah, sponsor us. Look, how
Look
cute
at how
are we?
cute we are.
Look at us. We have lighting.
I know. I'm so excited about this new light.
Yeah, thanks, Maureen and Pete,
Thanks, Maureen and Pete.
for this donation to our...
Our podcast.
Yeah.
And we're now on YouTube.
Yeah.
That's
Hi.
Why, that's why we have a
Hi.
light. Where I serve luck.
I'm wearing the same Buffalo Bills
That's
body
fucking... I'm so
lotion.
jealous of that shirt. We're gonna both get the same shirt and wear it.
Oh my
same
God.
time.
It says Buffalo Bills body lotion,
It's so
established in 1991.
That's bad.
And then it says, puts the lotion on its skin or else she gets toes again.
I love him.
If you need a good episode to listen to and you haven't, Jerry Brutos, the shoe slayer killer.
Yeah, fucking horny Brutos.
That's who Buffalo Bill's based off of.
Yeah, that's what they say.
Before I tell you where I'm taking us tonight, my question is, what is something about you that when you share it with people, it's like almost unbelievable?
It depends on how uncomfortable I'm looking to make someone.
A good example would be like your niece killed somebody.
Yeah, that would be one. Yeah, that would be one. Or normally I'll tell them the story of my dad's death and make everybody very uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good one too.
One thing a lot of people don't believe is that I grew up in the ghetto.
Yeah.
That's a good
Yeah,
one.
that is. What about you, Jen?
Oh my God. I don't even know
That you're a womb raider.
that I'm a womb raider. No, I'm trying to think of like
Ex-womb
a fact about me that like people would be like, what? Really? I don't really have anything exciting like that. Like growing up in like the ghetto.
Or having a killer relative that you know of.
Yeah.
That's okay. What horny adventure are we going on, Jen?
Tonight, I am taking us to Nazi-occupied Belgium,
Oh boy.
where over 25,000 Jews were deported to Auschwitz from Belgium between 1942 to 1944. I'm going to put a spotlight on a young little girl named Misha.
Okay.
Little Misha, she's an 8-year-old Jewish girl. Her parents were taken away by the Nazis. They were deported to Auschwitz. She was placed in the home of a Roman Catholic family who gave her the pseudonym Monique de Waal.
Why does this sound familiar?
The family treats her very cruelly. They verbally abuse her. They call her worthless. They're very degrading. Fed up with the abuse, what does Misha, a little 8-year-old, do? She decides to flee and go in search of her parents by walking through the woods of Europe.
That's sad.
She stole food, she stole clothes and shoes. But then, when Misha is about to face starvation, she is adopted by a pack of wolves.
Oh my God, more feral children?
More feral children.
Oh my God.
I was hoping that she was going to be found by wolves.
Wow.
She essentially kind of becomes like our girl Oksana. She treks over 1,900 miles from Belgium to the Ukraine, through the Balkans and through Germany and Poland. The crazy part was the wolves walked with her along this journey and treated her as one of their own. She was essentially considered the bottom of the pack. She would have to sit there while all of the wolves ate, and she was the last one to eat. Things like that.
Okay.
So eventually she sneaks in and out of the Warsaw ghetto in Poland because she's trying to find her parents. She's a little kid. She's sneaky. She knows how to get through.
She was 8.
She was fucking 8 years old.
She's gutsy as hell.
Yeah.
She gets
for
on
her.
a boat at one point in Italy, goes back through Belgium and France. Before the war is over, she takes the life of a Nazi who attempts to rape her by stabbing him with a pocket knife.
Cool.
Like, this little girl has been through so much
Good
shit.
for her for doing that.
Fucking cool.
So, when the war's over, she's unfortunately never reunited with her parents. She doesn't know what happened to them, what their fate was. But all in all, she was a true survivor of the war. She was a true inspiration. So Jane Daniel, who was a publisher of a really small publishing company, came across Misha's story after hearing her tell her story at a local synagogue in Massachusetts. Pretty much signed her to write a memoir about her experiences.
Okay.
The book was published in 1997 with over 5,000 copies sold in the United States.
Wow.
What if I tell you that this entire story was a straight up lie and that Misha was full of shit?
Oh my god.
No.
I was hoping. Oh,
Mark
no.
really had high hopes for this inspirational story.
Man.
Oh, what a turd.
I know.
I just got bamboozled.
You did.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm really sorry.
I was very invested into this story.
I'm so sorry.
No, that's
I was
okay.
silent as fuck.
Listen, I'll tell you this right now. There's a Netflix series on this. It literally is like the whole first episode is like retelling her story, and then at the end you find out that it's like not real at all.
Oh my
It's like
god.
3 or 4 episodes long. Straight up lie, right? Like
Yeah.
there are many things and different stories that you can share about your life, but like, would you ever really want to go there with the Holocaust and like?
Yeah, I mean, that's like up there with lying about like having a serious illness. Like, that's pretty fucked.
I'm sorry, Mark. I'm sorry to
Burst my bubble.
burst your little Misha and the wolves
Yeah.
bubble.
Oh, well, those wolves. Maybe they did this with somebody else. Or the wolves are lying.
There's a lot of chatter amongst other publishers and Holocaust scholars stating that her story was completely false and that the events that happened in her story are like pretty much like almost impossible.
Oh boy.
Experts and scholars began to do a deep dive into Misha's history. Like, who the fuck was she?
Yeah, like why did this person appear with this insane story?
Before this happened, her story was optioned for a Walt Disney Company film.
Oh god, stop it.
They wound up dropping the project due to legal issues between Misha and the publisher of the book, Jane Daniel. Misha goes and files a lawsuit against Jane Daniel, stating that she failed to publish the book properly in the United States and failed to give her, the author, proper share of royalties overseas. So in 2001, a jury awarded Misha over $10 million.
Stop it.
A judge's decision later tripled the amount that Daniel was required to pay to over $32 million, with $22.5 million to go to Misha and $11 million to Lee.
Okay.
And the rights to the book were also awarded to Misha.
Damn.
She had a good lawyer.
Oh yeah.
That's exactly what happened. And as she begins to tour, so Misha's now touring across Europe to promote a film that was being produced in France on this story. Jane Daniels and her small publishing company are like essentially in shambles.
Okay.
So here's this woman who is claiming that she's a Holocaust survivor, that she was raised by wolves, that she killed a Nazi, that she snuck in and out of the camps, is like sitting on all of this money,
Yeah.
sucking this poor woman dry and pretty much like shutting down her company. So what happens next is Jane Daniel, like furious, is like, there's something that is not right that's going on here. She gets other publishers and people to start kind of teaming together to kind of go and figure out who she is.
Okay.
We've come to learn with this intensive research, intensive searching, Misha was actually born Monique Dewal.
Oh.
If you remember from the beginning of the story, when she went to the Catholic family, they named her Monique Dewal.
Oh boy.
The other crazy part about this Monique Dewal who was born, she was the daughter of a Catholic family. She was born into a Catholic family.
Wow.
She wasn't Jewish.
She was
my-
a lion.
You're a lion,
She's a
DeWall.
lion.
DeWall lion.
Her parents were actually arrested by the Nazis and deported. So that was real. But they were murdered by the Nazis for being resistance members. So like fighting against the Nazi party. Which, like, that in itself, like, those stories are also really powerful.
Yeah, of course.
So after they were arrested, she was sent to live with her grandparents, then her uncle, which was semi-true in her story. In the local community, she was known as the daughter of the traitor because her father was accused of disclosing the names of resistance members to the Nazis during his imprisonment. While he was in prison, he pretty much ratted everybody else out.
Okay.
After Belgium was liberated, her father's name was actually erased from a stone plaque in honor of the local Nazi victim employees from that area.
Yeah.
So because he was a little traitor, they
Oh,
got taken off. This Monique DeWall,
Yeah, DeWall.
she marries Maurice de Fonesca.
Oh, Difanesca.
They moved to the United States from Paris in 1988. They bought a house in Massachusetts. He was unemployed for a while. That's when she began to fantasize this vivid story about her childhood,
Okay.
including having wandered across Europe at the age of 6 after her parents were deported in 1941, being sheltered by a friendly pack of wolves, killing a German soldier, sneaking in and out of the ghettos and trying to find her way home. She's fantasizing this all in her head. I don't think she's getting the American dream that she thought she was going to get. Now, on February 19th, 2008, Monique de Fonesca, she's going from Misha to Monique DeWall
To Monique Difanesca. She's got a lot
She
of
admits
names.
to this magazine in France that it's a fabricated tale. To quote her, she states, "The book is a story. It's my story. It's not the true reality, but it is my reality.
Oh.
There are times when I find it difficult to differentiate between reality and my inner world." And that she always wanted to forget her real name and who she was because she had been known as the traitor's daughter.
Oh, shit.
So there was a motive.
Yeah.
So there was a fucking motive behind it all. But I'm like, listen, like I said earlier, you can fabricate any story.
Yeah.
You're really gonna put the Holocaust, like you
I
said,
know.
it's just like
It's really such a specific choice
it's
that
very
you would.
specific, but it's also too like you were saying, it's up there with, you know, saying that you have a terminal illness when you really don't.
Yeah, absolutely.
And there's that woman that pretended to be in 9/11. She pretended to be a survivor.
She's another one.
Well, there was a comedian, I forget his name, but there was a story that he like came out with that like he was a survivor in 9/11, like he was working in the Twin Towers.
Oh boy.
And then like years later it came out that that never actually really happened.
Wow. People do crazy things.
People do crazy things. They'll come up with these crazy fucking backstories to get what they want. Like, I remember you were telling me, Mark, like, perfect example. I remember when you were saying, like, you auditioned for Project Runway.
Yeah.
But they didn't, like, take you because you weren't your typical, like, stereotypical, like, New Jersey Guido.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
it's
the
true.
funny, they approached me.
Yeah.
And a lot of times, like, shows like that, you need the story.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, they
want a character.
They were like, "Oh, you're a New Jersey-based fashion designer. We want someone to represent New Jersey." And I was like, "Okay, cool." And then I went through the whole process, got all the way to the end, and they were like, "No, you're just not New Jersey enough."
Yeah.
I did-
Try harder next time, hun.
That's what they say
didn't
about
get
a lot
on.
of like a lot of those types of things. Like you need the story. You could be the best singer, you could be the most talented fashion designer, but like if you don't have the story, forget it.
But
No,
like I
that's
grew up,
true.
like I had a story, but I guess it wasn't the one they were looking for. They wanted to be Jersey.
Yeah.
As I'm wearing this like tacky print.
Well, we love Prince in Jersey.
We love Prince.
We do. We love
Jersey,
animal
we
prints.
love animals. We love them all.
But we love Baroque.
Versace threw up.
Yeah. We like all the medallions.
Yeah.
But,
The Mediterranean style.
So there is a Netflix series, Misha and the Wolves.
Fucking Misha,
that you
fucking
can-
lion ass bitch.
But like the thing is, it's like this is like this. I gave you the journey in like 15 minutes.
Yeah.
They like take you on the journey for 3 episodes.
Yeah, and I mean, this is honestly a story in my humble opinion that doesn't need 4 episodes.
Oh God,
like,
no. It's interesting because the people in the documentary who knew her and were friends with her from like her small town in Massachusetts were like so disgusted
Yeah,
that like
I've been there.
She that they believed this story and they became friends with her.
Yeah.
While we're on the topic of people faking shit, that's terrible. I had a coworker in the past, and she faked having cancer.
Yeah. That's
and
fucking
she
pretty
did
deplorable.
She did not have cancer.
That's really
and
fucked up. You
aside
don't do
from
that.
No.
she not only faked cancer, but she created a GoFundMe.
Oh, yeah.
How many people like donated
A lot.
to
She
it?
got like, I think 13, 14 grand. And
Stop.
And she got a
And-
boob job.
she got a boob job. And the funny thing is that out of like the team I was with at the time, I was the only person that did not put money into the GoFundMe, and that became a problem.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm not putting money into her GoFundMe. She doesn't have cancer.
Yeah.
And she didn't.
No, she didn't. She had her breast removed because they said that she had a high probability of possibly in the future, later down the line, getting it. But she didn't actually
But
have
she
it.
was
It was
telling,
a
but
preventative.
she was telling people that had cancer that she had cancer.
Okay.
Yeah, but she didn't actually have it. They said the
That's
potential
really-
is higher for you.
And I could definitely fabricate a bunch of stories, but like
Yeah.
any like natural disaster or like man-made disaster
Yeah.
or even terminal illness, those are things that are just off the table.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, Jen, that was a fantastic episode.
Oh yeah.
We have themes here, I've noticed. Operating type things, people raised by animals but who lie,
But who fucking lied?
but then who are actually raised by animals. We have great disasters like Titanic, Violet Jessup.
Oh my god, so much Titanic. Weird obsessions.
Yeah, yeah.
And if
Wow.
you have a good topic for
Or an
go ahead. I'm
obsession.
sorry.
Well, no, I was thinking about your topic. I kind of sympathize with this liar because I feel that
Mark's always he's the hot button.
no, okay.
I sympathize with this liar.
She shouldn't have lied, but the thing is that she grew up with this, like, you're the daughter of a traitor.
Yes.
And that's not her fault.
No.
No, it's not her fault, but like
But I get it.
I don't know, like you have millions of people who are still alive who have like been affected by the war so heavily, and like families who have been like wiped out, and
Yeah.
you have like people who were separated by their families. And
Well,
So, like-
here's my hot take, okay?
what's your hot take?
Yeah, I feel like she probably felt like she was robbed. And I mean, for a few reasons, right? So it's like, okay, so she wasn't actually in the war, but her parents were, and they were doing a great thing, right? They were in the resistance against the Nazis, right?
Yeah.
So that's cool as fuck. So they were doing this thing, and like all would have been well and good, kind of, if like, you know, things turned out differently, I guess, and if they had survived. So her parents were doing this good thing. She wasn't there for it. And then ultimately, while doing this good thing, the parents or the dad had to give up this information.
That's true.
So it's kind of like this weird thing where she's like, well, damn, I had the potential to have a really good book-selling story, and I didn't, and I didn't fucking get it, and instead people look at me like there's something wrong with me and I did something. So there's a lot of like mental anguish there, I'm sure,
I'm sure. And like I
but
said,
it's still not
too,
correct.
the fact that like her and her husband moved here, he was unemployed, like it didn't seem like it was like the grand American life that everybody, like, again, fantasizes in their heads.
Yeah, and people also do a lot of these things too for the attention, or she probably figured she would get positive attention for once in her life, like, oh my god, you're a survivor, you did these crazy things. Once again, not the route you should take, most likely.
No.
But, you know, there's a lot of, I think, complexities within this.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
That is a very hot take. Both of you have some really good hot takes.
thank you. You gave
you're
us good
so welcome.
content to have hot takes from, so that's
Listen.
fantastic. And if you want more of these hot cake
You can
takes,
always come message us on Instagram.
yeah, slide into our DMs. Yeah.
Bizarre Buffet.
Yeah, or Facebook DMs, which is just Facebook message. Or on patreon.com/bizarre buffet. You can slide in there too and support us cuties.
And what do you get every month
So-
with Patreon, Mark?
So on Patreon, for like the $3 level, you get a lot of stuff. You get deleted content. You get to see pretty much whatever we post on Patreon for the most part, with a few exclusions. Like for the $10 tier, that's when you get the other elements like video messages, shout outs.
Right.
You get the 3 drawings, blindfolded.
Yeah.
Like there's a lot of things that we have going on there. So make sure to check us out. Leave a review on Apple Podcasts. You can also leave a heart review, I think, on Spotify.
Yes, you can.
Right?
We're on YouTube.
We're on YouTube. Hi.
guys.
Hey.
Hi. It's
Some of you are watching, some of you are listening,
Yeah.
or some of you are both.
With that being said, I'm Oksana Malaya.
And I am a wolf.
Mark does a good one. There you go.
There you go.
Mark, do it again for everybody.
And I'm Sir House a lot.
Sir House.
Don't lie about being in the Holocaust.